Hi everybody. Hope you all are fine in this pandemic situation. This is Satish Kumar, MBA, MCom, MPhil. Now I am going to take commercial banks in simple notes. Now you are seeing commercial bank. What is commercial bank? A commercial bank is a type of financial institution that accepts deposits and offer checking accounts services, makes various loans and offers basic financial product like certificate of deposits, that means the CDs, and savings account to individual and a small business. A commercial bank is where most people do their banking as opposed to an investment bank. So here you are seeing the various kinds of commercial banks, scheduled commercial banks, non-scheduled commercial banks, private sector banks, public sector banks, foreign sector banks, SBI and its subsidiaries, other national banks. And here you are seeing the functions of banks. So the banks are having two functions. One is primary function, another one is secondary function. So the primary function is which is accepting deposits from the public and some other business persons, and granting loans to general public and the business persons. And the secondary function is public utility services. Public utility services, nowadays you all are seeing these facilities, transfer of funds from mobile to mobile, from one account to another account. Next one is dealing in foreign currency. Nowadays banking are dealing foreign exchange, that means demat account. And the next one is issue of letter of credit. Then the next one is underwriting of shares. Next is a locker facility, and another one is agency services. Here's explanation of the secondary functions of commercial banks. And this slide mentions the role of bank in economic development. So in every bank is helpful to develop our economy. Why? Because they are accepting deposits and lending money and giving loans to business and industrial sectors. So you see in this slide, the next one is Reserve Bank of India. You all are very well known about Reserve Bank of India. That means RBI. So Reserve Bank of India is the central bank of India. So that you know very well. It starts on April 1, 1935 under the Reserve Bank of India Act. So uh, say our currencies are mostly created in Reserve Bank of India. So they are having the ev- uh, publish the currencies and circulate the currencies into the country. And Reserve Bank of India is the bankers' bank. So in our India, so various banks are there. So these all banks are regulated by the Reserve Bank of India. So these are all the functions. The first one is issue of banknotes, and the next one is banker to government, and the next one is custodian of cash reserve of commercial bank, custodian of country's foreign currency reserve, lender of last resort, central clearance and account settlement, controller of credit. So here issuing of banknotes, issuing of currency. So next one is emergency and legal framework of Reserve Bank of India. Here some of the legal frameworks of Reserve Bank of India are listed here. And say some example: letter of credit, promissory note, bill of exchange, like that. And the next is regulatory powers. The RBI has various regulatory powers, and the first one is inspect the bank and its books of accounts, and examine on oath any director or other officer of the bank, cause scrutiny to be made of the affairs of the bank. Next, give directions to the public interest on banking policy, something like that. call for any information of account details, determine the policy in relation to advances by the bank, direct special audit of the banks, next direct the banks to initiate insolvency resolution process in respect of default under the provision of insolvency and bankruptcy code 2016 section 35AA. Issue directions to the banks for resolution of stressed assets, direct changes in uh, arrangement of the management of the bank. So thank you. Hello everybody. This is Satish Kumar, MBA, MCOM, MPhil. I'm going to take fiscal policy. Here I'm having some of the fiscal policies in easy understanding. And this slide shows economic stabilization, fiscal policy. And the first one is goals of macroeconomic policy. In macroeconomic policy, you have three goals. Three important goals are objectives of macroeconomic policy is economic stability at a high level of output and employment. So we have to maintain stability in our economic condition. So if we have to improve our economic at a high level and increase our based on increase our output and increase our employment. And the second one is price stability. So price stability is a very very important one. So if price will increases, the demand will decreases. If the price will decreases, the demand will increases. So there is no price stabilization. Stabilization means there is no economic stabilization. So and the next one is economic growth. We have to concentrate on our growth of economy. The next one is discretionary fiscal policy for stabilization. Fiscal policy is an important instrument to stabilize the economy. That is to overcome recession. So here we have to overcome the recession. For example, inflation. So inflation, you know about inflation. So there is a rise in the price or falls in the price or stock prices, something like that. Fiscal policies have two kinds: discretionary fiscal policy and the non-discretionary fiscal policies. And here are the discretionary fiscal policies for stabilization. This is for your reference. And the next one is discretionary fiscal policy for stabilization to cure recession expansionary fiscal policy and to control inflation contractionary fiscal policy is adopted. And the next one is fiscal policy to cure recession. So how to cure the recession uh, through fiscal policy? And here are fiscal policy to cure recession. The first one is increase in government expenditure, and the second is reduction of taxes. So increase in the government expenditure means government may increase expenditure by starting public works such as buildings, roads, dams, ports, telecommunication links, irrigation works, electrification of new areas, etc. So this is the chart of the increase in government expenditure to cure recession. Here is the quantity of money per period. That means expansion in money supply to keep the rate of interest unchanged. Um, Here the financing increase in the government expenditure and budget deficit based on borrowing, creation of new money, reduction in taxes to overcome recession. Fiscal policy to control inflation. Here some of the fiscal policies to control the inflations. And the next one is fiscal policy to control inflation. Yeah. So this is fiscal policy to control inflation, retiring public department, impounding of public department. The next one is personal income taxes, corporate income taxes, transfer payment, corporate dividend policy. So that's all. Thank you. Stay home, stay safe.